So Michael Burry just came out and said he is shorting the market. For those of you guys don't know, Michael Burry is the person who was basically the inventor of the 2008 crash, right? This guy's always talking about how crazy of a prediction he made. The Big Short, which is a movie on Netflix, if you guys haven't checked it out, is basically based on Michael Burry saying that we will face a crash in '08, and that led to a lot of money being made for him, but a lot of investors lost out on that money for themselves. So Rel and I are about to get into, does this actually make sense what he's saying? And on top of that, Warren Buffett just made a huge move as well. So these two big time investors are possibly predicting something big. So let's just get right into it, bro. Right now, we're going to share our screen with you guys, and you'll be able to just follow along because we will be placing all the links below. So to start off, it says, this is breaking news. Michael Burry just shorted the market with $1.6 billion. So that he's saying that he bought $890 million worth of SPY puts, which resembles the S&P 500, so the top 500 stocks in the country. And then as well, he's buying puts of $740 million of QQQ, which is the NASDAQ, which is representing the top tech stocks in the country. So this is basically making up 93% of his entire portfolio. Right now, you guys can see this is exactly the picture that's going viral on Twitter, which is, X. I don't know if I can say the whole Twitter thing, kind of confusing, but essentially that's what's going on right now. Now, this is the thing. Although we see a lot of news with this, there's a couple of things missing from this equation, bro. Like, we don't really know if it's 1.6 billion that he put a bet on, right? That's how much the market value is worth. But you're the guy who does trading, so isn't it important to understand essentially like the strike price, the expiry date, or even the most important question, like when did he buy this?
No, that's the thing. That's the thing that makes this kind of like suspect. Like you said, it's important to know the strike price when he bought it, because all we're seeing right now is the market value. We don't really know like how this bet is currently going. We don't know when he started it. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't put too much value on this. People tend to over exaggerate any move that Michael Burry makes, and this looks like one of those scenarios. Like he makes bold bets. That's his thing. That's what made him famous. It worked out in 2008, but I don't know about this time. How much value could we really put on this now?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I personally think, like, I don't think he's wrong for doing this in the sense of he might be hedging his portfolio, because once again, we don't know too much about like all those three things that we mentioned. So it could be a hedge. This could be like a $20 million thing. It's just the market value is worth that much. Yes, but it could be a $20 million bet. It could be a $10 million bet. It could be multiple things. So we need more information on this. But just because it's fear mongering, it's going crazy right now. This is a couple of things we want to share with you, though, which is interesting. So this is another tweet, which is funny because Nancy Pelosi's stock tracker. So if you guys don't know, whenever someone named Nancy Pelosi, right, does something crazy, she can see the future in some weird way, because she'll say that, oh, I'm selling the stock, and then the stock tends to go down, which is interesting because right now we're basically seeing Senator Tom Carper, who sits on the Senate Finance Committee, is buying 60K of inverse ETF. So like if the market's going up, he's buying inverse, right? Like the opposite direction. And then politicians have sold 23 million of stocks in the last 90 days. And then as we just talked about, bro, Michael Burry is also buying puts. So a lot's going on in this world. Like, this is kind of weird, but this is the funniest thing I thought personally. Michael Burry is a kid who gets a perfect score on his class project that one time and won't shut up about it. And we're going to show you guys this thing. So this is basically all his predictions, right? Like if you look at it, he became famous for 2005, because remember, he predicted it actually in '05. His work was done in '04. So if you guys see the Big Short movie, you're going to be able to say and figure out exactly what I mean, because the crash happened in '08, bro. But he started doing work beforehand because he found out the interest rates. He found out what people were buying. So even though he predicted it, we give him credit. He was early on. So it's not saying that we won't face a crash, but if you say we're going to crash in 2027, right? But you start predicting it in 2023, then you get credit. But you can't say we're going to crash in 2023 and then take credit in 2027. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. That's a huge difference. And that's the thing, because listen, people make wrong predictions all the time. Economists, people that, like hedge fund managers, everything, right? But they only get famous when it hits. So you don't even really hear about the times when it fails. But so some people literally make a whole career off of just making bold predictions over and over and over, and then the one that hits is the one they get popping on. That's the one they get famous on, and we forget about all their incorrect predictions because it's like, all right, people get it wrong all the time. So Michael Burry almost reminds me of that. I'm not gonna say that he's always wrong or anything because he is a solid investor, but I'm just saying the guy is always coming out and saying the abstract opinion, the abnormal opinion no one else is thinking, and like it worked out in 08, we'll see about this time.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. We're going to put the link below for you guys. But essentially, guys, like there's been multiple times when he's predicted a crash and you guys could see it on the screen. Like SPY went up 11%, 19, 15, 72%. Like it's been massive things that have turned out because even COVID, when he said that, you know, well, we're going to go down because we're in everything, I think he said all bubble. I think everything all bubble or something of that sort. It's like, yeah, we went down during COVID, but that was COVID. Like I don't want to say I'm not giving him credit, but that was like a really weird event, and we were only down for a little bit, then we skyrocketed up. So it's kind of weird. But this is a website that we were able to find that basically is showing his company's performance, right? So yes, good investor, great returns. So nothing to be like, oh, he's terrible. Just to keep in mind, like don't go with the fear mind. Like actually do your own research. And at the end of the day, we want to show you what Warren Buffett has to say. So before I get into that, please make sure you like this video because it really does help us out a lot. It helps our channel grow. So if you haven't done so, click that like button because they are the sponsor of this video. So click the like button now, please. Thank you. All right, so let's get into it, right? Warren Buffett, bro. Warren Buffett is buying treasuries regardless of the US downgrade. So let's just talk about this really, really quickly. United States is known for always paying back debt, like in terms of treasuries, in terms of bonds, anything of that sort. So if you invest in them, they are always going to pay it back, which is why we held the AAA rating. We just got downgraded to AA. So now let's think about it. Like Warren Buffett is coming out saying Berkshire bought 10 billion in US treasuries. And then now the only question is it 3 months or 6 months? So, bro, what do you think of this move?
Honestly, I kind of always been gonna value Warren Buffett. He's proven.
Same.
You know, I didn't go. You know what I mean? Like honestly, I rock with him. He's somebody I highly respect. So anything he's backing, I'm backing. And to be honest, as I look at the stock market right now, and I'm looking on a technical analysis level, as everybody know I trade, a lot of things do look bearish. A lot of things do look like they want to start coming down. So I would not be surprised to see a market downtick, honestly.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think it's true in the sense of we definitely value what he's saying. For those who don't know, treasury bills are basically debt obligations issued by the U.S. Department of Treasury. So it's T-bills, so treasury bills, have the shortest maturity date of all debt issued by the federal government. So it's essentially saying like if you're investing in them, you know you're getting your money back once again, backed by the U.S. government, backed by the U.S. Department of Treasury, which is why it's super important. And now it just comes down to what is the duration, 3 or 6 months. The reason why we like Warren Buffett so much is because he is actually very well respected. He always beats the market in a weird way. And if you guys wanted to understand how to be Warren Buffett, if you guys really just want to invest in Berkshire Hathaway, you can. Or if you look at these are the holdings, Apple makes up 45.6 or 45.8%. Bank of America makes up 9% nearly. American Express makes up 7%, and then Coca-Cola makes up 7%, and then Chevron makes up about 6%, so 5.5%. I just named 5 companies that make up essentially 70% of his portfolio. So if you ever wanted to just be like, yo, I want to be similar, you guys really could do this. We mentioned it to you before. You guys could just look at what the best people are doing and mimic something of that sort. Like you don't have to invest in a company like Citigroup with 0.7% of its holdings. That's not going to make that big of a difference. And for those who don't want to do that, let's look at the returns, bro. Like year to date, they're actually performing 14.6%. What is SPY doing? 16%. So you're thinking like SPY is winning. Let's just look at the 1 year mark. SPY's at 3%. What is Berkshire doing? 16.65%. You look at 5 years, this is at 71.6%. This is at 55.37%. So give this man his credit, give him his flowers, because he actually is outperforming the S&P 500. So all of this to say, there is a lot of movement happening between what Michael Burry, between what Warren Buffett is doing. However, if you think about it, guys, you don't have to worry about diversification in terms of, oh, let me buy 50 different stocks. You could basically do what Warren Buffett's doing. He buys Apple right here, right? You literally see it. He's buying Apple at 45.8%. What you can do is just invest in SPY. Put all your money in SPY, because that's what Warren Buffett is always preaching, like just dollar cost averaging between SPY or VTI or just a mixture of QQQ3 companies. Let it rock. Like dollar cost averaging over a long period of time will work. Like, let me know what you think on that, bro.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's very hard to be an individual stock investor, and a lot of people are not built for that. Like, you know, a lot of people see Nvidia's run up, for example, and they're still trying to chase it, but you don't know when it's coming down. It might come down hard in the upcoming week, and then now you're going to be screwed on that investment. So I think everybody should just stick with ETFs. I completely agree.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, we definitely want to know what you guys think. We definitely want to know what you guys value. If you guys like this information, if you guys believe what we actually say is going to happen, what Michael Burry's predicting, et cetera, et cetera. So definitely comment below and let us know. If you're still watching, we appreciate you. Thank you. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Plus, hit that little notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
And you don't want to miss them. We dropped a fire episode on credit card debt on Monday and how it's impacting you and what you can do right now to actually reduce your debt. So make sure you check it out. We're going to put it right here in this link. So make sure you click it. But we'll check you out next Monday. Until then, peace.
Peace.
Soundstripe.